John Ulzheimer is known as one of our nation's most recognized credit experts. Having worked for 28 years in the credit industry, John has become one of the most prolific speakers about credit and the go-to authority on answers to credit-related questions. Credit Countdown with John Ulzheimer.
Hello, my name is John Ulzheimer. I am a consumer credit expert. I've spent time at Equifax, which is one of the 3 recognized credit reporting agencies in the United States, and FICO, which is the company behind the FICO credit scoring system. And so today I'm going to answer a question that I get periodically from consumers regarding the credit reports that their lenders use. So specifically the question is there a way to find out what credit report my lender uses or is going to use if I'm using it in the context of applying for credit in the future? So, normally I like to find out why someone's asking me the questions they're asking, just so I can provide a more complete and accurate answer. And based on what I've heard from consumers who've asked this question is they want to know what credit report the lender is using for a couple of reasons. Number one is they may, through their own process of checking their credit scores from time to time, they may have a higher credit score at one of the credit bureaus versus, say, for example, the other credit bureaus. And they obviously want to put their best foot forward when they apply, so they'd like to apply with a lender that is more likely to pull their credit report with the highest score versus the lender that's going to pull the credit report that's got the second highest score or the lowest of their scores. It makes completely reasonable sense for that question. The second question that I get from time to time is not so much score specific, but really more specific about data. And the data could be something like, hey, or a question could be something like, hey, I have a credit report that's got, a collection, and the collection's not on my other 2 credit reports, and so I'd rather my lenders, see my credit reports that are in better shape. And this is kind of a proxy to the score question as well. As I think it's a reasonable assumption that a consumer would have that a credit report that has, less derogatory information is going to be a better score, a better credit report than information that has more derogatory information. All right, so now that we have a better understanding of why someone would ask this question and why they would be interested in understanding which of the credit reports their lender uses, let's get mortgage out of the way first. Your mortgage lender is going to look at all of your credit reports. That is the common practice in mortgage lending, that mortgage lenders pull all 3 of your credit reports. They're going to pull 3 of your FICO scores, and they're going to use the middle numeric score as the basis for their decision. So you don't need to worry about trying to figure out what credit report your mortgage lender uses, because they use all of them. All right. Now let's talk about everything else: credit card, auto, any other type of personal loan, boat loan, motorcycle loan, stuff like that. Those are the ones where the lenders are much more likely, not guaranteed, but much more likely to only pull one of your credit reports rather than pulling all 3 of your credit reports. And so that's where I think consumers want to be a little bit more strategic, especially, per their question, is which are the ones are they going to look at. So there's a couple things you can do. Number one, you can certainly ask the lender, hey, I'm thinking about applying for a loan with you. I live in this city. I'm just curious, do you have any idea what credit report you use for people who live in this particular city who are going to be applying for this type of credit? And they may answer you. They may tell you, hey, we use Equifax. Hey, we use Experian. Hey, we use TransUnion. And so then you've gotten an answer to your question. They may not answer your question for a couple reasons. A, the person that you speak with simply may not know. And number 2, they may have a policy where they don't disclose that information to the consumer, just because they don't want the consumer trying to kind of, hide a potentially derogatory credit report relative to a better credit report. So another way you can certainly find out is to do a little bit of online research. There's a lot of credit sleuths out there that track stuff like this, and so it would not be unreasonable to expect that you could find information online that so-and-so lender pulls this kind of credit report if you apply for that type of account. So that's certainly something you can do. Obviously, that's a little bit less scientific than just simply asking the lender, because lenders, especially the big ones, lenders tend to have relationships with all three of the credit bureaus, and they base the credit reports they pull off a variety of things, and those things may not match your particular scenario versus someone who's posting stuff online. They may not live in the same city that you live in. They may not be talking about the same type of loan or credit product that you're contemplating. So it's not inconceivable that even though you find something online that indicates, hey, they pull Equifax if you live here, they may pull a completely different bureau just simply because you don't live where that other person lives, or they're applying for something different than you're applying for. So give those a shot, and you know, if they work, then fantastic. If you drop a comment section in the comment section below, that'd be great. I'd love to hear if your strategies worked and how successful they were. Have a great rest of your day. We'll talk again soon.
For more videos and credit tips from John Ulzheimer, go to www.tradelinesupply.com.